Listen. This is specifically to us truly conscious people. The ones that don't just have the knowledge. Those of us that feel the knowledge. Okay? Because a lot of people have the knowledge of it, of who we are, and know what we are. White folks have had this knowledge. Not as long as us, but here's a good question for you, family. And I want you to really think about this. Okay, all you conscious community people. And I don't say kind, I know Professor Small, please forgive me, Baba. But I spell the conscious with a K. Like I spell cosmos. That sound. So, how do I say this? Okay, get back to it. White people have been knowing what black people are and what black people have done ever since they came onto this planet. Once again, let's start with this basic fact that the parent teaches the child does not teach the parent. That's a fact. I think everybody watching this video can attest to that the parent teaches the child or is supposed to teach the child. So when the Caucasian animal came onto this planet, they came out of the ice. They've been barbarians, the perfect killers, the perfect predators for thousands of years. That's how white people existed. While your family existed all over the planet in the sun. Cristobal Colon came here 1492. His diary, his Spaniard barbarians diary all said that these lands, and that was the West Indies, not North America, because North America there was even more. That's why slavery started on this continent, going to Spain, not from Africa coming here. Your family was enslaved here and taken to Spain first. That was on the first ships, slaver ships, all right? So, since long before that time, family, they're the baby. They're learning it from us. We taught them how to read, all this other stuff. So, how is it that they know more about you than you know about yourself? And the stuff that you know about yourself, most of it you learn from them. When you stop looking at the bullshit that they put out, when you look at the truth, when you look at the science, when you look at the historical artifacts that show, family, that show white people are only about 6,000 years old. Hey, brother, did you know that? Did you ever hear that? The white people are only about 6,000 years on this planet. And black people are ancient, millions of years old, family. So understand something. How in the hell do I, in my consciousness, get most of what I know about me from me? I'm talking about me. Lou, check this out. Even though I try to read as many books about black people, from black people, as I can get my hands on. However, where did they get their consciousness from? Where did they get their knowledge from? Gerald Massey? Church war? Huh? Think about it, family. Here in America, your ancestors were by force reduced to not know a damn thing about who the fuck they came from, where they peoples came from. Most black people in America can only trace your lineage back to slavery because of the records. They didn't split families up. So blacks in America don't know about the wonders of Benin, Mali, Ireno. Black people in America don't know that from that western coast of Africa, the slaves that came, the enslaved people came here from there. And those were the descendants of the Kemetic. You understand, family? Your people was traveling back and forth in and out throughout Africa because it was their home. It's our home, like the whole planet is, to be honest with you. But especially there, they knew ways around it. It's huge. That continent is enormous. And at one time, you talking about China? The population of fucking Asia? Come on. Here's their figures. This is something that I learned about black people from white people. From 1492 to 1542, 25 to 35 million black people. People that look just like these people on this bus. No long stringy hair, no red skins. This by their description. 25 to 35 million black people were killed in 50 years. 50 fucking years. 25 to 35 million people? Think of the numbers, family, that I'm talking about. And this is in their words, in their books, written by their hands, by the people that were there. The stuff that they did to your ancestors. The Pope outlawed the book for 200 years. The Pope of the Catholic Church, when he read what this Dominican priest wrote, y'all can't put, nobody can read this shit. Because we making money. Outright barbaric killing. With horrors that you don't really truly want to know, but I'll tell you. Take the pregnant women and slit their bodies open from neck to groin and pull the unborn baby out. And take that baby and break its head open on rocks in front of the father. In their words. Impale women on pikes 10 to 20 feet, depending on how long they want to see the body slide down. Pike in their vagina and let their weight carry their body down until the pike came out of their mouth. Your grandmothers. Sick dogs on your family, hunting, killing dogs, and then bring the bodies back in front of your families. Cut your body up and make you watch your family being eaten by dogs. This is in their words, Bartolomé de las Casas. Think I'm bullshitting? Get the book, Destruction of the West Indies. Rape our grandfathers and grandmothers in front of the family and everybody in the world, everybody around. And then, you want to hear your Draculas? Cut their heads off and put them on pikes all over the lands to scare the rest. These are the ancestors of your rulers, the ones that you bow down to, and their gods, and that's the fucking truth. Have they yet apologized for that shit? No. Yes, we admit slavery. We admit slavery. We gotta admit slavery happened. But the tools by which that enslavement period was perpetrated until today, they won't address that shit. They tell you your family ate each other. But the proof is they've been getting bones out the caves of Europe with human teeth and baby bones and human bones. Man, they could put a fucking museum just that. bones of white people's families that have been eaten by them. That's the truth. While they were killing your ancestors in the millions all over here. But you don't know that. And you know where I learned that, black family? I learned that from white people. Ain't that a damn shame? This is the story of my people. I have to learn it from them. How badly they fucked over me. And you. But you don't know it. I didn't know it. 5 years in college, I never heard this shit. In Loyola, Marquette, had to take history. How come, black people, you don't know your own history? But they do. For all you conscious people, family, check this out. We don't just know this knowledge, these historical dates, these names anymore. We feel it, because we always felt it, your first frequency. And it's not a ministry as much that you're gonna understand it. It's science. When energy moves, it makes noise. You wanna know what the amen is in your prayers? It's the sound of the energy of the first consciousness coming up out of the darkness in the triple black waters. That goes along with your Genesis story once again, to show you where it comes from. Ptah rolls on a hill. Do you see the wave? That you see it in every energy movement. Nurses, you see it. You see the scopes. Electricians know about it. That raise in energy. I am. But you don't know what that I is. It's here in the middle of your head. It is there. Your pineal gland, the seat of the soul. That's why black people you feel. That's why black people you see or feel you see people. Those are people, that's your family watching over you. You are eternal. You don't die. They do. That's also what I learned from them, that our ancestors taught them. White people are dying off. In the tens of thousands. And I'm telling you this. That is the seat of their anger. That is why you had that orange-skinned son of a bitch sitting at 1600 Pennsylvania, and I will not call it Black Lives Matter. Because obviously they don't matter to your black asses. Your blackness, everything that you see, every morning when you look in the mirror, there's one goddamn thing that you cannot deny about yourself. You can deny that you're a good person or you're a drunkard or whatever else. But you can't deny when you look in that mirror, you see black first. And you know why? Because on every description of black people, everywhere, isn't there this association? Black woman, black Christian, black banker, black musician, black sports figure, black Muslim. Everything that you describe by black people, you describe black first. Why don't you do that for yourself? Learn about yourself, black people, because it hurts. I live in Chicago. Family. Our family is being killed. Outright. And if you don't feel that, goddammit, take your fucking mask off, because you're already dead. And that's the truth. Learn about you. Save our babies. Give them their history back. Our story. So they don't get on their fucking knees to any Yahweh, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, or Vishnu. Because your story came before every last one and motherfucking one of them. 10,000 years before the white man or the Hebrew existed on this planet. This symbol, the symbol of every one of you black women. First, black women. The womb. the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, and the vaginal canal. Black goddess, you are life eternal. That's what your ancestors taught, black men. And that's the truth. From the triple black waters of none rose Patah. Fuck a goddamn Jesus. Get up and love yourselves. Learn what you are. You are eternal. God damn it. You don't understand what they are doing to you, what they have done to us, because you don't know the truth. You're living and walking around this bitch every fucking day, believing lies. Outright fucking lies. Please, I love you. I love each and every one of you. From the depth of my soul, do you feel this, black people? Do you? Please tell me if you do. Because if you don't feel it, God damn it, I might as well get my ass up and jump in that fucking lake and die. Because you are my family. I love each and every one of you. You are eternal. We are eternal. Please understand that. Please. We're walking around with fucking masks on our faces when your ancestors had iron masks on theirs with spikes in them. Shit! You don't know. Learn your history. Get out of their fucking schools. Every god that you get on your fucking knees to was invented by a white man. Period. I'll prove it to you. I'll show you the truth. Please look for it. We're walking around with goddamn computers in our hands and watching 6-month-old babies being taught how to fucking twerk. The fuck is wrong with us? Please love yourselves enough to learn your story, not the shit they tell you about you. Your ancestry goes back at least 5 million years. At least. When they're only 6,000 years old. Why the fuck is the baby teaching the parent anything? Does that make sense to you, goddess? Does that make sense? Can your baby teach you how to talk? Can your baby teach you how to walk? Then why is the youngest people on the planet teaching us anything? Your people invented every math, every language, every science. Your ancestors were doing successful brain surgery 3000 BC. I'll prove it to you. I'll show you the proof. I love you. Love yourselves, please. Don't see each and every one of you as an adversary. Don't see that black face first as an enemy. Because that black face was worshipped by every white man that came out of them goddamn caves. They got on their knees and prayed in your presence to you. I'll show you the proof of that also. That's real, goddess. Look up Kemet. Look up Asar, Aset, Heru. Look up Imhotep. Imhotep, to this day, still the greatest multi-genius that ever has been on this planet. He mapped the stars, gave you higher math and math consciousness, built pyramids, built cities, was a multi-genius. He was the god of medicine. In the Hippocratic oath that every doctor takes, they are saying a prayer to your actual ancestor that lived on this planet, a man. A man. Imhotep. Shit, I'm sorry. You have to feel that, people. And I know you people, the K-conscious people, you feel that too. Because this is real. What happened over the last 3 nights in the sky? This is not anything, this is not fairy tale. This is what your K-consciousness, that knowledge tells you. That your ancestors knew everything that I'm getting ready to talk about. And they didn't know it because they had to study it. They knew it because they knew they were it. You are all. Understand? The only reason that the enslavement period happened and any other barbaric thing that happened to black people happened and continue to happen is because you didn't unite. You did not unite. And here is where the K-conscious really feel it. Because without unity, you and the all, life is fucked up. That's it. And life is fucked up. That's the truth of it. That's what we K-conscious feel, Dr. Small. That's what we K-conscious feel, Professor Cobb. We feel it. We didn't never have the words for it. The words. Your language. What is it that they would not allow black people to do? And this is in the most recent times. Black people couldn't come to these lands and speak the languages of where they came from. Check this out. Show you how fucking important that is to unity. See this busload of people? Family. See this busload of people? We're all black. Right? What do we see? We're all black. Right? He speaks this, she speaks that, she speaks this, he speaks that. We all speak about 30 languages. Right? But we recognize we're black. These motherfuckers is white and they're hurting us. They're hurting us. But if I can't speak their language, how can we have unity? How can we have unity if I can't even speak to my family? There's another part in that though. And that's what the K-conscious feeling. Those words. That amen, that first sound, that first spoken word of the eternal here in all of these stories. It gets deep. And our ancestors were explaining these concepts, actual physics, algebraic, geometry, architecture, all kind of concepts in stories and giving them the power because they all spoke the same language. So we could all share the same wisdom. We could all share the same words of love and alarm. No matter where you were or where you came from, if you all spoke the same language, you could communicate. Check that out. Unity. Unity in word. Therefore you have unity in thought. And here's the third side of the Trinity. Then you also have unity in action. You have to feel that, family. I know you do because it's straight fucking logic, which is the logos. That is the first
energy. That is it. And that's what we all share. But we can't speak together. We can't get together. So we can't share that logos. We can't share that thought together. Therefore, when you hear babies getting shot on the streets of Chicago, and you see 10, 12, 13-month-old babies getting shot, you don't give a fuck about it. It wasn't yours. Baltimore, you find 4 or 5 junkies OD. That's a damn shame. So black people, you still keep going through this. You keep watching your babies die. And it means nothing to you because you don't know what you are. Because if you truly knew what you were, you wouldn't have fear here by anybody on this bus because of how the fuck they look with their pants hanging down, anything. Matter of fact, that bullshit wouldn't be happening. If black men had a feeling, that connection with the first pants down of black men while they hung in trees and their balls and dicks cut off, that's when the first SAG was. And that wasn't that fucking long ago. Look it up. Find out how long ago it was. Look it up. Look up the Council of Nicaea. That's a good one for you. Look up the Council of Nicaea, family. Read about the Council of Nicaea. If you can, read the writings that were generated from the Council of Nicaea. Very insidious some bitches, them Caucasoids. Well, these are their terms. These are their words. If you get mad, don't look at me. It's their fucking language. We speak English. I'm speaking English. It's their language. Every word that I say is in the dictionary, their dictionary. So if it's in their language, you should be able to use it anytime you want to, however you want to. But me, because I know the importance of words, I ascribe my own definitions to their words for my use, to illustrate my point, to let them understand that I have no emotion to when you and your European generated ideals are offended. I'm offended that you're offended. That's a quote. And because, black family, you don't listen to Kaba Kabane or Philippe Matthews or Mfudisi Juhudimas or Brother Reggie. Okay? Grandmasters or grandmasters who have been talking and being in the foot of grandmasters. Professor James Small, another grandmaster. Professor Obata Shaka. Professor Jeffries. Hotep. Family, I'm sorry, Professor Jeffries, Professor Leonard Jeffries, and Professor Rosalind Jeffries. I apologize because I don't know how many years these two legends, living legends of everything, that's that three-sided principle Professor Jeffries showed me. Okay? That pyramid analysis. 50 plus years that they've been together, walking this planet together in love and learning and giving their knowledge to us, sacrificing their lives at 60 years. He's 80. I forgot. I was just blown away. I came in, and maybe that's why I'm making this video. And that's why I'm not afraid to cry for us, because those tears wash it away when you know, you feel it. You start strategizing. You have to, because you understand it is truly a war. You just have to figure out a way to strike. in the most effective manner. Well, let me get my ass up. I done passed my stop. Family, I love every one of you. Please, I mean that. Love yourselves. Love us. Help us. Help us be better. Goddesses, please. The first teachers of mankind is the mother to a child. You feel me on that, goddess? The first teacher of every child on this world is the mother. Please know what you are and teach our babies again. Hold them, look them in their eyes, and give them the love of the eternalness that you are. Once again, goddesses, the womb, ovaries, fallopian tubes, and the vaginal canal. You see it. If you flip it over, the testicles and the penis. Eternal life. Symbol of eternal life on this planet 10,000 years before a white man or a Hebrew existed. That's fact. Look it up. Look it up. Learn what you are. And in the other side of the triangle, the cosmic egg over the horizon of time and the path by which creation is made. Your ancestors taught that to babies from the time the babies could speak. That principle that is so deep, it explains reproduction of man, explains how being came into being. These were the kind of stories that we were teaching our children from the time they could speak. So you know why our children map the stars? You know why our children build buildings like this 43 stories tall. The Pyramid of Khufu, the Grand Pyramid of Khufu, 42 stories tall without a crane, without a construction crane, without trucks. How did they do it? Blocks bigger than these buses. Huge. How did they do it? Everybody put on their earbuds and whatnot. But that's another thing. That's another thing, black people, that we gotta stop doing. When one of us comes, any one of us that comes in a search for knowledge of self should not be looked at in a crazy way. Leave our babies alone. Because if it wasn't for our babies, I wouldn't be on this phone. You understand that? When I said leave them alone, I mean get your insidious motherfucking hands up off of them. Any black child that goes searching for true self and says, Mama, Daddy, I want to learn about the Hysos. Who are the Hysos? Mama, Daddy. Who was the Hittites? Mama, Daddy. Who was Dr. Ben Yochanan? Yochanan, actually. I'll say Dr. Ben. Mama, Daddy, who is Dr. Clark? Did Dr. Clark pretty much... I don't feel like walking around you. It's a pigeon. Oh. Here's a Chicago joke for everybody. And this was true. Chicago used to have pigeons all over the fucking place, right? I mean, I'm downtown right now. I remember coming down here in my teens, and there'd be flocks of pigeons flying around this bitch. So it would be pigeon shit in some places here in the city of Chicago. There would be pigeon shit all over the fucking ground. Okay? So it was said that the decrease in the amount of pigeons because it got really low, the population of pigeons in Chicago, was due to peregrine falcons. All right, that they brought here. But no, a lot of Chinese restaurants in Chicago start having sales on chicken, and also some big name chicken. Oh wow, big name chicken franchises here in Chicago, like churches. Said like. They found pigeon meat in their kitchens. I don't know. You can laugh if you want to. I live in Chicago, so I know and may have eaten at some of these restaurants where unknowingly I was eating pigeon meat. The same pigeon meat that they was telling us was so bad here in Chicago that coming in contact with pigeons in the city of Chicago, at one time, a lot of people were seeing flea infestations around their houses and their animals. Guess what? The pigeons carry fleas, just like any other warm-blooded animal will. That's some fact shit. So, how in the fuck does bird meat that is considered really contaminated being found in kitchens in the city of Chicago? Don't you have food inspectors? What are their jobs to do? Oh, Chicago's a big ass city. You know, you can't be doing all that testing in all them restaurants all the time like that. Well, whether you say you can do that or not, I know that you can do enough inspections of those restaurants enough to ensure, and staff it with enough to ensure that I would never have a chance to eat no goddamn contaminated pigeon meat just because I live in a black community. Because they didn't find no pigeon meat that wasn't named squab in the white restaurants. Check that shit out. All the list of the restaurants that had the pigeon meat or reported to have the pigeon meat in their restaurants because, you know, there wasn't too much of an investigation of the shit. All of them that I heard were in the black community. Now this is some factual shit. Once again, you can look at this shit up. You'll see it, depending on how many stories of it are left out there. I don't know. This is real. When I told you it's war, it is a fucking war. It's a war against your blackness. It's always been like that since their people came out of the ice. It's the truth. It is the truth. When you know that you also have a peace. You also have a peace because you know how it's going to end. Because your ancestors told you so also. They carved that in stone. So that you know. Once you get back to your original language, once you get back to your original thought, once you get back to your original purpose, that's when you can be free of, let's see, some bullshit like this. That's when you'll be free of that, because you actually know where that comes from. The African in that. It's abhorrent to me to see it in that manner.
displayed at this time with the lights. Remember when I used to come down here, walk around downtown, and it'd be Santa Clauses and shit everywhere. All right? I'm walking south, and people should know where I am. All right? Huh. Yeah, brother. You're welcome. Take care. All right. I remember when this end of the loop was grimy as shit. People from Chicago know where I'm at. Now, people from Chicago, I want you to imagine. Now, this is downtown during the COVID, right? Imagine something that actually happened. All of this land teeming with nothing but black faces. In all shades and colors, blacks. Okay? Even in them cars. Remember how Chicago used to be so packed down here? Nothing but black. Imagine. And that was less than 600 of their Gregorian calendar years ago. Remember how populated Chicago used to be? Pre-COVID, even at this time of the year. All right? Nothing but black people. Nothing but black people. United in thought. Knowing that they are family. Knowing that they are loved by the eternal force that gives us life. Or what you call life. That's the reality of it, family. But you don't know it. Therefore, even though you feel it, you can't connect with it. Your mind cannot connect with it. Therefore, your thoughts do not become the deeds that should come from that connection with it. Axiology, epigenetics, causality, fractured humanity, cognitive dissonance, broken awareness, fractured dreams, nightmares. Nightmares. Here's something for you, family. Nightmares. Once again, I'm going to end with the start of a prayer that I used to say, and almost every black person knows, no matter what religion you believe in. If you're black in America, born of ancestors from America, you know this prayer. Now I lay me. I end this with asking you, why do you send your babies to bed with thoughts of death in their head? Ashe Hotep. I love each and every one of you. Peace.